Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Um, Very misty this morning outside. If you have a strap, it might be good to grab that and pop that by your mat. If you don't have a strap, you might use a scarf or don't necessarily need any particular prop. So we're just going to be using it for a hamstring stretch. So you can always hold the back of the leg. And we might stay seated to begin or lie down. So just choose whether you'd like to sit or lie down for the first part of the practice. You might like to sigh the breath away 2 or 3 times as you settle into the space. And I'd like to begin this morning by sharing a poem with you by Mary Oliver called The Sun. Have you ever seen anything in your life more wonderful than the way the sun every evening, relaxed and easy, floats toward the horizon and into the clouds or the hills or the rumpled sea and is gone? And how it slides again out of the blackness every morning on the other side of the world, like a red flower streaming upward on its heavenly oils, say on a morning in early summer, at its perfect imperial distance. And have you ever felt for anything such wild love? Do you think there is anywhere in any language a word billowing enough for the pleasure that fills you as the sun reaches out, as it warms you, as you stand there empty-handed? Or have you too turned from this world? Or have you too gone crazy for power, for things? So take a moment now to connect with your breath. You might like to close the eyes or just have a soft downward glance. Now just be aware of the breath flowing in and flowing out. So your breath like a wave in the ocean, breath arising, breath passing away. And just be aware of what you have brought with you to the mat this morning. So conscious of your starting point and taking a moment to be clear about why you are here, what your motivation for practice is this morning. Now, I invite you to call to mind an image from nature that inspires nourishment, well-being, or perhaps safety, healing, wholeness, whatever you feel you most need this morning. This place or object in nature may be familiar to you, a place or object in nature that you've seen before, or it may be entirely in your imagination. So choose a place in nature or something in nature that nourishes you, that brings you greater wholeness or joy or strength or courage or healing, whatever you feel that you most need this morning, that fits with your motivation for practice. So perhaps you feel as though you're lacking a certain quality and something in nature possesses that quality. It might be the moon and its beautiful, cooling, feminine nature. Or it might be a feather if you've been feeling really heavy and weighed down. Or it might be a mountain, a river, a bird. And then just spend a little time with this creature or this aspect of Mother Earth. Feel it or observe it, watch it, breathe in its essence. What does this place or object in nature offer you? Perhaps it offers strength, courage, healing, the ability to be fluid. There's no right or wrong with this. So the ancient yogis began by observing the natural world as a way of learning how we can live in harmony with our environment and with our own bodies. And they observed and learned how we can restore balance when things get a bit chaotic or wild or dark or unhealthy. We commenced this morning with Mary Oliver's beautiful poem, The Sun, because the sun is such a wonderful dispeller of darkness, and it offers a never-ending supply of very potent life force that we can draw from when we need to recharge ourselves. It's a bright, radiant light that shines on everyone and everything equally. It does not discriminate. In yoga, the external sun is also a symbol for our own inner sun, our own inner light, which is always there, even though we might sometimes forget it's there. Might be obscured by some clouds, some darkness. The Gayatri Mantra refers to the sun as a symbol for our own inner light. It's a very important chant in yoga. So we're going to chant the Gayatri now 3 times. If you're not familiar with it or you don't like chanting, that's absolutely fine. You can just sit or lie and just listen and just absorb the energy of the chant that way. So you can stay lying down or you can sit. Exhale all breath and then breathing in. Om Bhusvaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhusvaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhusvaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Deep breath in. So if you're lying down, just start to wriggle your fingers and your toes, Might like to stretch the arms up overhead. And we're all going to slowly make our way up into a standing position. I'm going to come back to meet you now on my mat. So we're standing into Tadasana, mountain pose. So feet are hip width apart. Just spread your toes. Might like to just rock back and forth on your feet a few times. Just see if you can center yourself here. Roll the shoulders back and down. So you're lengthening the shoulders away from the ears. Palms are just soft and empty, facing forward. You might like to just close the eyes for a moment, softening the skin of the face. Perhaps turning the sides of the mouth up slightly. Just going to work with a little breathing practice, a little visualization. So we're going to just visualize the sun in the sky above the crown of our head. And as we breathe in, we're going to imagine that there's like a channel of sunlight or a really strong ray of sunlight, a beam of light, the flowing down from the sky in through the crown of the head, comes all the way down into the middle of the body. And then as we exhale, we're going to visualize sending that ray of light down our legs and anchor it into the earth. So send that light down into the earth. So as we breathe in, we're drawing this ray of bright, shining light in through the crown of the head, bring it down into the belly, through the heart. And then as you exhale, send that ray of shining light down your legs and deep into Mother Earth. Let's work with this perhaps 5 more times. So breathing in, draw that healing light in through the crown, down through the body, and exhale, send that light, that energy down your legs and into Mother Earth. This is a really good practice if you've been feeling a bit depleted, a bit low in energy, running on empty perhaps, just to fill ourselves up with this powerful life force that is always available to us. It's beautiful to do this actually outside, somewhere in nature. Even just 3 to 5 breaths like this can be very powerful to recharge us. It's also a really good grounding practice if you've been feeling a bit wobbly, had a lot of stress. It's a really wonderful practice. Drawing on the healing energy of the sun. Sending that energy all through the body and down into Mother Earth. Stream or channel of light flowing in through the crown. And sending that light deep down into Mother Earth. 2 more breaths in this way. And then you might like to say to yourselves a few times, I am a radiant being of light. I am a radiant being of light. And then gently release. If the eyes are closed, you can blink the eyes open. And we're going to move now into Vrikshasana, tree pose of balance. So we'll shift the weight into the left foot. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly this morning, you can rest the right foot on top of the left like this. Otherwise, we can bring the foot to the ankle or to the upper thigh, just not against your inner knee. That's not good for our knee joints. So remembering that the two things that will help us with our balance is to keep breathing, but also to focus on something in front of you that's not moving. So if there's a wall in front of you, you might find a spot on that wall and just keep your gaze, your drishti on that spot. So now we can imagine ourselves as a beautiful tree in nature, and this left leg is the trunk of the tree. You might even visualize roots traveling down under that left foot to keep you very steady, connected to Mother Earth. And then if you'd like to, we'll bring the hands into Jhana Mudra, so index finger and thumb lightly joined, and inhale, raising our arms out to the side. So these are the branches of our tree. Crown of the head is lengthening up towards the sky, towards that sunlight. A beautiful affirmation to work with, particularly with tree pose, which I really love myself, is a strong wind cannot disturb my core. So sometimes life can toss us around, like when there's think of a tree in a wild storm and it's, tossed around, branches, limbs. So you might be swaying a little bit here, which is very normal. That's okay. Even if you lose the balance for a moment, just come back in. But you've got this very strong trunk connecting you to the earth, feeling your strength. A strong wind cannot disturb my core. Good. Let's gently release the arms, release the right leg. So we come back into mountain pose. Feeling how steady, how stable, how strong you are here, just like a mountain. And then we'll try the other side. So shift the weight into the right foot. So left foot can go on top of the right foot or to the ankle, or you can bring it to the upper thigh. Sometimes we can balance more easily on one side than the other. So just go very slowly. If you feel really wobbly, you can even have a hand on a wall or a chair. That's okay. And then we can raise our branches out to the side. So the tree can teach us that whilst we have this very strong trunk connected to the earth, very solid trunk, we also, as well as being strong, want to be quite flexible in life, not just all strength. So the top part of the tree is able to sway with the breeze, with the wind in the storm. If not, it's just going to break the minute there is a wild storm. Strong wind cannot disturb my core. So come back to your breath. Keep the face soft, forehead smooth. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth together. Good. And release the arms, release the leg. So back into mountain pose, Tadasana. Again, you might like to just rock back and forth. Feel your connection with Mother Earth beneath you, the support that Mother Earth offers us. Let's, on the next inhale, raise the arms up. Bring your fingertips to touch. And at the same time, press down through your feet. On the exhalation, lower the arms. Breathing in. So whatever object or place in nature that you thought of at the commencement of the practice, you might like to visualize yourself in that place as we practice this morning. Or if it's an object, you might see that object next to you as you're practicing, supporting you, offering you what you need most this morning for healing, for strength, for courage, for you to feel whole. Long, smooth inhalation and long, smooth exhalation. See if you can have a balance in your breath. So if you're counting the breath, your inhale and exhale would be the same count. So there's a balance between receiving and giving. Long, smooth inhalation, filling the lungs, and long, smooth exhalation. Now we're going to add on, as we inhale, we'll raise the arms up. But this time as we exhale, we're going to swan dive forward. Now you can bend the legs if they're a bit stiff this morning. Coming forward. Inhale, do a half lift. So your fingers might be on your shins or fingertips might be on the floor. And then exhale, lower down. Now we're going to stay here for a breath. So again, legs can be bent or straight. Then we do a reverse swan dive. Inhale, come all the way up. Fingertips touch. And exhale, arms by your side. So we're going to work with a few more of these. So breathing in, I'll do it sideways. So you get another perspective. So we're swan diving forward. So legs might be bent here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. And again, we stay for a breath. Have a look at your toes. Make sure you're not scrunching up your toes here. Let the toes be relaxed. And then we reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. Stay with your breath. So long, smooth inhalation. Fingertips touch. Long, smooth exhalation. Half lift. And exhale. Now stay in the forward fold for a breath. And then reverse swan dive up. And exhale. We're going to do two more like this, and then we're going to add on another movement. So inhale, swan dive forward. Legs bent or straight. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Stay for a breath. Reverse swan dive. Make sure, again, you're not clenching the teeth. Keep the face relaxed. Breathing in. Swan dive forward. Half lift. And lower. Stay for a breath. Reverse swan dive up. And exhale. Okay, so we're going to add a lateral stretch to this movement. So please feel free to watch if you're not sure. Inhale, come up. Now here we're going to hold the right wrist with the left hand and lean over to the left side. Press the right foot down. Inhale back to center, change the grip. Exhale over to the right. Press the left foot down. Inhale back to center. Swan dive forward. Legs bent or straight. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower, and we stay for a breath. Reverse swan dive up. Lower the arms. So we'll do 2 more of these. Inhale. So we're holding the right wrist and leaning over to the left. Back to center, change the grip. Over to the right. Inhale. Swan dive forward. Half lift. And lower and stay for a breath. Reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale. So we'll do the last one without my voice. And you finish, come back into mountain pose and take a breath or 2. All right, we're going to do a bit of an energizing movement, good for loosening up our shoulders and opening our heart and our lungs. So we're going to take the arms above the head. I'm going to do this sideways so you can see, get a better perspective of what we're doing. So we're going to swing one arm forward and the other arm goes back, and we just have a little bob as we do this. So one arm forward, the other arm back. Now we can keep this really slow, or we can speed this up. Good. And then take the arms up again, pause for a moment, press down through the feet, so feel again the connection with Mother Earth beneath you. And then we reverse, so opposite arm forward, little bob. Opposite arm forward. Keeping it slow, especially if you find this a bit challenging, or we can speed it up. Might find one side is a bit more challenging than the other, depending on what's going on with your shoulders. Good. And release the arms down, back into mountain pose. Take a breath or 2. Right. So palms of the hands are facing forward. Another beautiful heart, lung, shoulder opener. As we breathe in through the nose, we're going to bring the arms up in front. And as we exhale, we blow the breath out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Ground down through the feet and blow the breath out through the mouth. So you can do this in your own time, at your own pace, linking the movement with your breath. So this is also a bit of a mood lifter. So if you've been feeling a little bit flat or a little bit down in the dumps, this can be a really good practice to lift our spirits. And you might be visualizing yourself in a beautiful place in nature or next to something in nature, an aspect of nature that supports you, that offers you whatever you most need this morning. Let's do 2 more. Good. And release. All right. Another energizing practice just to loosen up our spine, get the energy flowing. So feet are hip width and just starting to wrap the arms, swing the arms around the waist, turning to look over the shoulder. Make sure you're not going to knock into a wall or into a piece of furniture as you swing the arms. And then taking the arms up to shoulder height. And all the way up overhead. Looking up, stretching up. And back to shoulder height. And back around the waist. Bring the head back to center as you let the arms slow down. Take a deep breath in. And sigh it away. All right, let's turn our toes out, but bring the inner heels to touch. Hands onto our hips. So this is, we're going to do a couple of Thich Nhat Hanh's mindful movements. This is his mindful squat. So as we breathe in, we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet. And as we exhale, we're going to squat down. Now we're trying to keep the spine in a straight line. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Doesn't matter how low, might not be coming down very far at all. Inhale, lift up. Just listening to your body this morning on what feels right for you. Keep the breath flowing. Again, make sure you're not clenching the teeth. Perhaps a gentle smile on your lips. Breathing in. Breathing out. Remembering that you can always modify the practice. You can always take a rest if you're very low in energy or not feeling 100%. You can even sit down and just visualize yourself doing these practices. Let's try 2 more. Last one. And release the heels. You might shake it out. And then we're going to take the legs a little wider apart. Turn your left toes around and your right toes in, and just rest your hands on your thighs. So this is Thich Nhat Hanh's mindful warrior. Through this pose, we can connect with our inner warrior, our courage, our strength to face what scares us or what is challenging in life. So let's turn to the left. Exhale, all breath. So as we breathe in, we're going to bend the left leg and slowly raise the left arm up. You can watch your fingertips as you raise that arm. Exhale, lowering the arm down. So again, we're synchronizing our movement with our breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 5 more. Long, smooth inhalation. And a long, smooth exhalation. Nice one. Good. And then we'll quietly turn the feet around. So hands are on the thighs. So we turn to the right. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in, bend the right leg, raising the right arm up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Stay with your breath. Watching the tendency of the mind to wander away from the present moment. It's our normal human tendency. Good. And release. Good. Give the legs a bit of a shake. So come back into mountain pose. And you might rock back and forth a few times, rolling the shoulders back and down. We're going to work with a forward fold very, very slowly. So this is called ragdoll if you're not familiar with it. So we're going to try to roll down towards the floor as slowly as we can. Legs can be bent or straight as we do this. So let's take a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we slowly start to lower the head and let the shoulders round. Slowly coming forward. So the slower we lower, the more powerful, the more beneficial. Let the arms hang forward. Let them be floppy and loose, shoulders relaxed. Just come down to a point that feels relatively comfortable for you to stay. Just continuing to breathe. Again, have a look at your toes. Make sure they're not scrunched up. Let the toes be relaxed. You might like to blow the breath out through the mouth. Just letting go. You might like to sway a little bit from side to side. Nature can teach us so much about letting go.
And then slowly start to come up. So it's like we're trying to stack each vertebrae on top of the previous one. You might keep the eyes closed as you come into mountain pose, rolling the shoulders back, skin of the face soft. So you might, as we go down a second time, just visualize your spine as being like a string of pearls or a string of beads, and we're trying to separate each one and roll it down one at a time. So let's try and go a little bit slower this time. Deep breath in. And exhale. All of the forward bends in yoga are associated with letting go, surrendering, developing humility, surrendering the ego. Keep the breath flowing. And we'll slowly come up. And as you come back into mountain pose, you might like to have the eyes closed, roll the shoulders back. Gentle smile on your lips, and just take a moment to check in with yourself. Note how you're feeling. And again, let's visualize that channel of light, the sun above. And as we inhale, we're drawing the energy of the sun in through the crown of the head, taking it down through the heart, the belly, and exhale, send that light down through your legs and anchor it deep into Mother Earth. So a few more breaths in this way, breathing in light, radiant, shining, brilliant light. And exhale, send that light down through the body and deep into Mother Earth. One more. Perhaps saying to yourself again a few times, I am a radiant being of light. I am a radiant being of light. And gently release. We're going to come down to all fours now. So coming onto your hands and your knees. Any issues with your knees, you might pop a blanket or some support underneath your knees. Spine's in a neutral position, fingers spread wide, middle fingers pointing straight ahead. Any problems with your wrists, you might make fists instead of having the palms flat. So let's work with a few rounds now of cat. As we exhale, we're going to round the back. So it's like you're trying to push your spine up towards the ceiling. And as you inhale, lift the tailbone, release the belly, and raise the head. Keep the face. So exhale, we round. Inhale. Good. Exhale, we round. And inhale. So synchronizing the movement with your breath. Long, smooth inhalation and long, smooth exhalation. Two more. And then come back to center. Bring your knees together and let's see if we can lift our knees off the floor. So they're just hovering off the floor. Just hold this. Keep breathing. And lower. Release the hands. Just come up onto your knees. We're going to interlace the fingers. So just do a little bit of a stretch for our wrists. So circling the wrists around. Good. And then just take the arms forward, cross your wrists and interlace the fingers. Draw the hands in towards you and then see if you can take the hands away. Some of you might be able to straighten the arms. I can't with this one. And just hold and breathe. Try to relax your shoulders. Good. And then undo that and then cross the other wrist on top. Interlace your fingers. Bring the hands in and see again if you can work to straighten the arms. And breathe. Good. And release. All right. Let's come down into extended child. So your big toes are touching, knees are wide, arms are extending forward. So we're going to work now with our, I call this hippie cat, making some circles with our hips. So as we breathe in, we're going to come around to one side, leaning forward. And as we exhale, we circle around to the other side and come back. Inhale around to the side, forward to the other side and back. Inhaling around and exhaling back. Let's do two more. And then we'll reverse directions. Inhale around, forward, exhale back. Inhale around, forward, exhale back. So three more. Good. Now from here, we're going to come up onto our knees, tuck our toes, and move into down faced dog pose. If your legs are feeling quite stiff, you might just bend one leg and then the other. Otherwise, we're just holding this pose and breathing, relaxing the head and the neck. Again, you might like to blow the breath out through the mouth. Now you can either stay here in dog and just come down and rest in child pose when you need a little rest, or if you want to try something a little bit stronger and you've got no shoulder or wrist injuries, we'll bend the legs, seeing if we can bring the shins parallel to the floor, and then come forward into plank. So the body's in a straight line, back into dog. So bending the legs, forward into plank, back into dog. So we'll try three more. Bending the legs, forward into plank, back into dog. Bending, forward and back. Bending forward and back. Lowering the knees, and let's all rest in child pose. You might like to make fists with the hands and rest your forehead on your fists. All right, let's come up onto our hands and knees once again. This time the knees are together. The hands are directly under our shoulders. We're going to work with Parigasana, gate pose. If you're not sure of this, feel free to watch and then you can join in. So as we breathe in, we're going to turn to the left, extend the left leg and raise the left arm up. You can either look forward or up to your left thumb if that's okay for your neck. And then as we exhale, we come back to all fours. And then we turn to the right. Inhale. And exhale. So let's keep going. Inhale, turning to the left. And exhale. Inhale, turning to the right. And exhale. Now this time we'll hold gate pose. Breathe. And back to all fours. And turning to the right. Come back into child just for a breath or two. I'd like to give you the option now of working with elephant, which is just like down first dog pose, but hands and feet mat width apart. So this is elephant. Or, again, those of you like something a little bit stronger and you've got no issues with your shoulders, we might have a go at dolphin pose this morning. So dolphin, we interlace the fingers, the elbows are shoulder width apart, and then we lift up onto the tiptoes and just walk our feet in as close as we can towards the upper body. So either choosing elephant or coming into dolphin like I am now. Breathing. Well, that would be a beautiful part of nature to focus on, a dolphin, the qualities of a dolphin, and what we can learn from dolphins. Just stay as long as you like. When you've had enough, lowering down and coming into child pose again, just for a couple of breaths. And then gently release. And we're now going to come onto our backs. Feet stepped up close to the buttocks. And just have a little rest here for a moment. Let the body sink down. Again, allowing Mother Earth to hold you here, to support you. So just let yourself sink into the arms of Mother Earth. Let's make a diamond shape with our index fingers and our thumbs, like this, if you're not sure, and just place that diamond shape over your belly button. Again, you might like to visualize a sun up above you. And as you inhale, imagine that this channel of light shining bright light, brilliant light is flowing down from the sky and now entering you through the belly button. Draw this light into your being, and as you exhale, just allow it to spread through your whole being. So breathing in this brilliant, shining, bright light. And exhale, just allow it to percolate through your being. A few more of these, perhaps saying to yourselves again, I am a radiant being of light. I am a radiant being of light. One more breath. And then let's hug that left knee in, straighten the right leg, point the right toes, and inhale, raise the right leg up, flex the foot, and exhale, lower the right leg down. Heel can hover off the floor, point the toes, inhale, raise the right leg, flex, and exhale. One more. Good. Now, as you inhale this time, take both arms overhead, stretch the left leg down along the mat. And as we exhale this time, we're going to draw the right knee in, interlace the fingers, and perhaps lift the head up towards our knee. So we'll do two more of these. Inhale, stretch the right leg away, arms overhead. Exhale, draw the right knee in. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead, but this time just releasing your arms down by your side. Okay, so we're doing some work now with this right leg. Next movement, like we're cycling a bike, but just with one leg at a time. So we draw the right knee in, we take the leg up and lower. So we're making some slow circles in the air with this right leg. You can keep it really slow, or you might like to speed it up a little bit. So all of these movements are wonderful for increasing the mobility of our ankles, our knees, our hip joints, improving circulation through the legs. Good, and then circle the opposite way. Good, and then if you do have a strap or a scarf, just grab that now. It doesn't matter if you don't have one. We'll step both feet up close to the buttocks, but we're going to pop the strap around the ball of the right foot. Now, if you don't have a strap or a scarf, you can just hold the back of the right leg like this. Some of you might even be able to reach up and hold your right big toe with your fingers, your hand. So stretching the back of the right leg now. Tuck the chin forward so the back of the neck is long. Keep the face soft, no tension in the mouth. Relax the teeth, the tongue. And breathe. Good. And then just release the right leg down. You can pop the strap to the side, stretch the legs out. Have your arms a little further away from the body now. Draw the right knee in again. And this time we're going to imagine we're drawing some circles in the air with this right knee, keeping the left foot flexed. Traversing directions. Good. And come back to center. Just give the legs a bit of a shake. Now this time placing the right foot, the sole of the foot on your left ankle. This is called the one-legged frog. So imagine we're a frog swimming just with one leg at a time. So as we inhale, we're going to slide the right foot up the left leg. The right knee comes up towards the armpit as high as we can, and then we stretch the leg out and lower. So we'll do a few more. So sliding the foot up the left leg, stretch the leg out and lower. Inhaling, stretch it out and lower. Two more of these. Good. Release it down. All right, last one. Again, we bring the right knee in, hands on either side of the knee. We're going to imagine our right knee is a ball, and we're going to start to toss the ball from side to side. So just a little movement at first. And then we start to increase the distance between our palms. You're swinging the leg a bit further, starting to move into a twist. Keep increasing the distance. And then we're going to take that right knee over to the left and hold the twist. So left hand can go on the outer edge of the right knee. Right arm can be out at shoulder height. If the neck's feeling okay this morning, you might even turn to look towards your right fingers. Try to relax that right shoulder down. Face is relaxed and breathe. Good. And then come back to center. Bring both knees into the chest now. Give yourselves a lovely hug and rock from side to side. Okay, so come back to center. So we're going to hug that right knee now and stretch the left leg away. We're going to do the same sequence now on the other side. So point the left toes, inhale, raise the left leg up, flex the foot and lower. Heel can hover off the floor and then point the toes, inhale, flex and lower. Last one. Good. Inhale, arms overhead, right leg long. And now as we exhale, we draw the left knee in and perhaps lift the head. Two more of these. Inhale, stretch it out. And exhale, draw in. The last one. Releasing the arms down by your side. And now we're cycling with this left leg. Inhale, the knee comes in, take the leg up and lower. Draw the knee in, take the leg up and lower, keeping it slow, or you can speed it up. I'm just noticing how this side is feeling this morning compared to the right. Good, and then reversing directions. Good. And release. Step both feet up close to the buttocks if you've got a strap, popping that around the ball of the left foot, otherwise holding the back of the left leg or reaching up to hold onto your left big toe. Feel that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line here, tucking the chin forward. And breathe, noticing how this left hamstring is feeling compared to the right. Good, and then we'll gently release the strap, release the legs down, perhaps give them a little bit of a shake. Arms now a little further away from the body, left knee comes in, right foot is flexed, and we're drawing some imaginary circles in the air with this left knee. Good, and reversing. Good, and release. Stretch the left leg away. So now we're placing the sole of the left foot on the right ankle, our one-legged frog. So as we inhale, we slide the foot up the right leg, lifting that left knee up towards the armpit. Stretch the leg out and lower. So inhale, stretch the leg out and lower. 3 more. Synchronizing the movement with your breath. Wonder what we can learn from observing frogs in nature. When you finish, let's give the legs a shake. And then our last movement, so we're bringing that left knee in, imagining this left knee is a ball, and we start to toss the ball from side to side. And then starting to widening the space between our palms. And then moving into a twist, so taking that left knee over to the right side, left arm out at shoulder height, perhaps turning to look towards the left. Just relaxing that left shoulder and breathing. Soft face, relaxed mouth. And back to center. Bring both knees into the chest. Give yourselves a lovely hug and rock from side to side. All right.
When you feel ready, stretching the legs out along the mat, we're going to move into relaxation. So if you would like to cover yourselves with a blanket or pop a little pillow under your head, get cozy. If you wear glasses, perhaps taking the glasses off. You might like to even cover your eyes. Blow the breath away. And allowing the whole body to sink down heavily into the support of Mother Earth. So as you lie here now, resting, I invite you to once again bring to mind an aspect of nature that you feel you need, or a place in nature that is connected to your motivation for practice this morning. And as you stay with this image, watch it, notice it, observe it, study this aspect of nature, continuing to breathe calmly and gently. What does this object or place in nature offer you? Now, as you continue to hold this nature image in your mind, drop your awareness down into your body, below the neck, lightly scanning your body to notice areas of perhaps numbness, as well as areas of heightened awareness. How is your body feeling now? Now, if it feels okay to do so, allow this nature image to transpose itself into your body. So whatever scene you visualize, can you now imagine this aspect of nature inside your body? If a beach or river, the beach or river is now inside of you. If a green field with trees, the field and trees are now inside you. If a mountain, the mountain is now inside of you. If a lion or an elephant or a bird, these creatures are now inside you. Take your time with this. Begin to investigate how to experience this superimposition as sensation in your body. What do you feel now as this nature image moves inside you? now, very gently, it is time to release from this practice. But you might like to continue playing with this idea as you move through the rest of your day. You might even like to do a little bit of journaling about the experience, what it meant to you, what came up for you. Keep exploring this practice in your own time. But now just starting to deepen your breath and bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and toes. You might like to stretch the arms up overhead, have a beautiful stretch. Rolling over to your right side. And then gently making your way up to sit. Have your arms down alongside you. And we'll take a deep breath in, raising the arms up, bringing the palms together, and exhale, draw the hands down towards your heart, bowing your head towards your heart. Namaste. Thank you for joining with me this morning. Sending lots of love to you all, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.